Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David King, and I'm sitting here with the gentleman, Mr. Toby Williams. Mr. Williams, would you mind if we call you Toby?
Okay, you can call me Toby. That will be fine.
Toby, I understand you have a master's degree. What is your master's degree in?
Yes, I have a master's degree in communication, media, and theater from Northeastern Illinois University.
Are you currently employed?
No, not at this present time.
Do you find employment difficult for people with disabilities or people just in general?
Employment is difficult right now for people in general, but I would say it's doubly hard for people with disabilities right now.
In what respect?
Well, actually, two that I can think of. The first respect is if there's a physical disability like I have, can't walk or can't type that fast. So it's like I can't be a stop boy or a delivery person or stand behind the cashier. Cash register.
But you have a master's degree. Why would you be on those levels of work? Why can't you find work in what you went to school for?
Exactly. To find work in what I went to school for, I have many challenges to overcome. First challenge is when I go to the interview, I see the reaction from the hiring manager of, okay, there's a wheelchair. They listen to what I say, but it's always in the back of their mind that there's the wheelchair and there will have to be some accommodation made.
And that kind of makes them kind of leery. Mr. Williams, I'm going to throw some questions at you, and I want you to answer them as the best you can at this point. In my book / play called Snowed, I present a flawed character who is still acceptable as a friend. He has a comical public identity associated with his startup business, which is a liquor business. Now, back in the 60s, liquor businesses was the most common businesses in the black community. There are smoking and alcohol issues also presented in my play. Is it in this age of not correct to not present these images as seen to be with most productions now? They all have cigarettes, and people smoking cigarettes, and a lot of people drinking. When they're trying to tell a story of that goes back, say, like 1920s or 1930s when these things were done, do you see these as this is negative to telling the truth by them omitting to include these situations?
I understand that they want to provide a clean product to a wider range of audience. So they might omit drinking and smoking to try to get the families and children to come see their work. But then also, I think there has to be a balance between family friendly and also reality. So you might not have smoking, but in one scene you could have a little bit of drinking, like a bar scene, or you might even have smoking and drinking. It would depend on the type of play or the type of material and the subject matter. But to answer your original question, I think there has to be a balance between family values but also realism, because if you don't show realism, people will see right through your work right away and get bored with it.
Got a quick question that's in relation to what you said. Also in my book, Snow, the emphasis is on family. Family loyalty was important to people who had migrated from the south to the northern cities back in the 60s. Is this still a truism today? If not, can you suggest some solutions?
Family loyalty is always very important to have. Unfortunately, today, even though it exists in some families, by the greater number of families, by the majority, it has cooled off and in some cases almost disintegrated. Because I think today you're related to someone, but most people look out for number one first, themselves.
Today, a self-taught black man like Frederick Douglass would find it very hard to get employment or a job without a college degree. Do you feel that we're freezing out talented people in our community by putting this emphasis on people who might have the same talents as a Frederick Douglass but will never be discovered?
Well, anytime you put barriers up against a class of people, whether it's their disability, skin color, or lack of formal education, you're taking away from some of your best talent pool, because some people can learn how to do things just from watching someone else or watching family members or close friends. Not everyone has to go to a 2-year or 4-year or post-education to become talented. So yes, they are really cutting off their talent pool. It turns into a backdoor way of keeping classism going, I think.
I agree. Now, I got a question on this level. How would you define love? Say in antebellum times, black women in most cases had more freedom than black men. After the Emancipation Proclamation, they found themselves free, but they couldn't vote, and the black man could vote. Do you feel that since the Emancipation Proclamation and all that has went with it has affected our relationships as a whole in our community?
After the Emancipation Proclamation, well, what it has done on the whole, is that the Emancipation Proclamation said, okay, you're free, you can pursue your own dreams, And what that has done over the years, it has fostered independence and independent spirits within everyone. So there's not the same family cohesive, I care for you, you care, you care. I mean, it's there, but it's not, I don't feel as strong as it once was.
Well, Toby, with that, I'm going to try something. I mean, in my play, I don't have a music scene, although I have a jukebox scene with Lawrence and Esther, his wife. But I fantasize sometime about if I was to produce my own play, that I would stage an actual music scene. And, you know, just for the idea of seeing how it would look. How about if we try to, would you help me to stage such a scene with whatever assistance that you might be able to lend to us?
I would. I really would.
You know, in that case, Brother Toby, I think we might be able to see how that scene would look. If you in the audience will just follow me over here, we're going to see what it looks like.